the breaking news out of Thailand. ABC News has learned that authorities on the ground, they may start attempting to bring those 12 boys and their soccer coach out of the cave as soon as tonight because rain is coming.
We just want to give you a sense of how risky and how arduous this mission is going to be. Take a look at the map. The boys are nearly 3 miles inside that cave. A one-way trip takes 6 hours for a professional diver, and the boys don't even know how to swim.
Now, ahead of this high-stakes escape, we are hearing this morning directly from the boys and their coach, all of whom released personal letters, as you can see, to their families. The coach profusely apologizing for leading the boys into that cave.
He is indeed, and we begin our coverage this morning with ABC's Matt Gutman, who's right there in Chiang Rai. Matt, good morning to you.
Hey, good morning, Dan and Paula. This rescue has tumbled from one crisis to the next. Now, it's still possible that they could extract those boys sometime very soon, but just now we heard from the head of operations here at this base camp who said that the oxygen levels in that cave are dipping dangerously low. So what they've done is start to pull back a lot of the rescuers to minimize the number of people inside. What they've got to do is pump up the level of oxygen in there and fight what they're calling the war on water. The mission to extract the boys could begin within 24 hours, according to an internal U.S. government report obtained by ABC News. If they swim out, each of the now emaciated boys could be shepherded out in what's called a buddy dive, essentially hauled by divers through tunnels, sometimes only as wide as a manhole cover.
We try to set a plan that the best plan if we can bring them out and the risk is minimum. Maybe we try.
Over the past several days, divers and rescuers have amassed hundreds of air tanks along the route. British divers have been teaching the boys how to dive and some of the basics of swimming. Authorities have drilled over 100 holes into the mountain, both to find an alternate route out for the boys and to create a second outflow of water in that 3-mile-long cave. And this morning, for the first time, letters emerging from 3 miles deep. The boys writing home. The letters ferried out by divers. The boys ask for fried chicken and barbecued pork. Others ask that they not get too much homework when they get out. 13-year-old Dom wrote, "I'm fine, but it's a little bit cold. Don't worry, and don't forget my birthday." Some said they want to go home now. And heartbreakingly, 14-year-old Bew, whose school we visited just last week, said, "Mom and Dad, don't worry that I'm missing for 2 weeks. I will help you at the shop soon." Their coach also writing, sending love to his family and apologies to the families of the boys, writing, "And I promise I will take care of the kids. Thank you for your support. And I would like to say that I am really sorry to you all." So this here is a practice field that the team used to play on. In fact, it's the place they set out from to go to that cave. Now it's a landing pad for rescue helicopters. And it was in that field overnight that we met the team's head coach, who told us he was never informed that his assistant coach, known as Coach A, had ever taken the kids to that cave. The head coach told me he didn't know that his assistant went inside that cave with the kids. Now I'm being told that expert rescue divers are converging here for that final push from all over the world. And just minutes ago, Dan and Paul, I spoke to the tourism minister here who said that he himself had tested out a 30-meter long, 100-foot long inflatable tube through which the boys could crawl out without actually having to swim or learn how to dive. Of course, that's only 30 meters. And that is very similar to what Elon Musk has floated, an idea just like it. He is sending 2 of his technicians over here to try to figure out maybe alternate ways of rescuing those boys. Dan and Paula.
So many people getting involved in this rescue effort. That is one encouraging part here. Matt, thank you very much. Matt Gutman in Chiang Rai. So let's bring in Navy SEAL and former Deputy of U.S. Central Command, ABC News contributor Admiral Robert Harward. He's joining us from San Diego. Admiral, good morning. So this proposed rescue involves what they're calling a buddy dive. How does that work?
That means the guy who's going to be with him, supporting it, will have hands on him, and they'll be going together. So he'll have a swim buddy, a guy who's focused on keeping him safe for the journey. And there may be multiple. There may be handoffs along the lines, but you can guarantee someone will have their hands on those boys every step of the way coming out of the caves.
That is reassuring to hear. So these boys are ages 11 to 16. Some of them, Admiral, can't swim. So how does that change the extraction plan?
That's not really relevant. with a swim buddy, a guy who's got his hands. They may even give him flotation advice. But once you're in the water, the buoyancy gives a swim buddy, a guy who's an experienced diver with hands on them to help navigate him, keep him afloat, and make sure he makes it safely outside of the cave. So they'll be hands-on the whole way.
All right, Admiral, thank you for joining us on this Saturday morning. We appreciate it.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.